From the Crush Studio in sunny Florida, this is the Disney Crush Podcast. And now your two tempests in a teacup, Dave and Tony Ann.
On this week's The Disney Crush Podcast, our friend from across the pond joins us to tell us about his preparations and plans for his upcoming Walt Disney World trip. Kevin Curtis Allen, Kevin Curtis Allen, Kevin Curtis Allen. It's more than just a catchphrase on episode 305 of the Disney Crush Podcast.
Who came up with the phrase across the pond?
I don't know.
Because it's not really a pond. It's like
it's a gigantic ocean.
Yeah.
I
I'd like
don't
to
know.
find that out. Or Google that and find out why they started calling it across the pond.
I don't know. How you been? So the hurricane came and went. Everybody was worried about us. And I came out unscathed. You had a little bit more trouble because you live by the water.
Yes, the water did rise. And we got about 5 or 6 inches in the building in my studio.
Brother.
The Crush studio is now the...
Splash studio.
Is now the Soaked studio. Welcome to the Soaked studio in sunny Florida.
And that was why you had some trouble getting on. I did a pre-intro that you'll hear when you listen back to this recording.
Okay. Well, I'll figure out which one I want to use. Maybe I might want to use that one instead of one we just did.
We'll see.
Yeah, but we're dried out pretty good now. And the studio is looking like the studio again.
Good. And everyone's safe, which is what's most important.
Yes, everybody's safe. Everybody else's houses that live here on the water next to us are safe. They didn't get flooded. A lot of them did. A lot of them got flooded.
Yeah.
But luckily, our family is up on stilts, so they were safe.
We're still walkers.
Yeah,
which makes some of our friends nervous because they don't like stilt walkers.
Makes them a little scared and nervous.
So, Disney did not get affected by this hurricane at all. Didn't even close. Halloween party went off without a beat. It was beautiful. Laura Nothnagel sent video from the Halloween party the other night. It was amazing weather. She said it sprinkled for like 10 minutes and then they went on with the party. So Disney didn't close. There was no effects at all on Disney operations.
Orlando's inland more, and it just depends. Even on the East Coast, depends on where it comes. The storms come, but you're pretty safe there.
Yeah,
for the most part. And if you are traveling, and that was the only glitch in their travel plans, is because the Tampa airport was closed. I don't know about the Sanford one, but a lot of the airports did close. So that's the only catch about that. But if you can get here, it's some of the best times you'll have in Disney because it's pretty vacant. Especially
if you're in an inside resort where the hotel rooms open to the inside of the building. The outside, if you're like a Pop Century or All Stars or one of the moderates, you've got those external motel style entryways. In that case, if there's a bad storm, you may be told to stay in your room. So I always tell people to have some food and some kind of entertainment for yourself, maybe a deck of cards. I mean, the power doesn't really go out at Disney, so you're still going to have TV. And I know in the past they've run movies on a continuous loop on the TVs there, but the food is the thing, because the food at Disney, like if Disney's going to close for a storm, the night before, the food courts are a zoo. They sell out and they gouge you for overpriced ham sandwiches. So luckily, if you know a storm is coming, we have a few days, so you can get some food Instacart, or you could take an Uber to Publix and get some things like stuff to make sandwiches or things that your family would eat for 8 to 12 hours if you were stuck in your room for that long. I also sing the praises. If you're somebody who's inclined to eat cold pizza, maybe get a pizza and eat off that for the day that you're stuck in your room.
You know, I've talked about this before, getting a little food truck and sitting outside bars at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
I should try that at Disney when hurricanes come. I should get a little food truck and sit outside Disney somewhere with some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and ham sandwiches at a bargain price.
I'm sure Disney would not,
Yeah, they'd probably look down on that, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Josh would. Yeah, he'd want to cut. The other thing that I told Laura the other night was because she wasn't sure if the resort was going to if the parks were going to close or if they were going to be stuck in their room. I said she was going to the Halloween party, and that's one of my Halloween party tips too. Is be like the afternoon before you go to the Halloween party, go to the food court and get a sandwich or something that you can keep in your fridge at the resort. Because when you're at the Halloween party, you get there at 4:00 and it's go, go, go. You're going to the parade. You're going to see the characters. You're going to ride the rides. And all you get is candy. I mean, you can buy snacks there, but a lot of the snacks are sweet at the Halloween party. When you get back to your room at 1:00 in the morning, you might be starving because you haven't actually stopped to eat real food since at least 4:00. And everything is closed at 1:00 in the morning. So you'll be glad that sandwich is in your fridge. I've found that myself personally. That's my personal experience, is get a sandwich or something, again, cold pizza for after party shenanigans. I got some good, the bad, and the ugly of something. I don't know if it's Reddit or Facebook. It might be Reddit again this week, Dave. Let me see.
This week's the good, the bad, and the ugly of Reddit or Facebook or something or the other. Pew! Pew, 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 pew. Bing!
This person is planning to say at Pop Century, it seems like they are pushing the My Disney Experience app, but I plan on leaving my phone at home. Do they give you physical keys to get in the room, or do I need to bring my phone? I also have one of those iPhones that suck the battery, and I'll be lucky if I can get 6 hours out of it. So I might come back to my hotel and have no juice. This person wants to leave their phone at home while traveling. Yes, you can get physical room keys, but I think leaving your home without your phone is kind of not smart. What if you run into an emergency?
Well,
and yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say, Dave?
No, I was going to say the first problem is that iPhone. Anybody with an iPhone, they're in trouble.
I know. You hate
Those
iPhone.
Mac people and iPhone people. Yeah,
trouble. I know you hate us. The problem, the other thing is this person, how long have we had portable phone chargers? This person's like, I'm going to run out of battery and I'm going to have to run back to my room to charge my phone. The portable phone, the portable battery pack has been something we've had. How many years? I mean,
a long time.
A long time. This is not new technology.
Hey, guess what? Disney even has them.
Yeah, you can buy them for the low price of $35.
Well, you know what? If in a pinch, if you really don't want to run back to your hotel room, you might.
Yeah. You could actually buy them off Amazon. Usually Prime Day, they'll have a deal where you can get 3 of them for like $30. And
get out of here. Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I have one that is pretty good. The ones at Disney will maybe charge it a quarter, maybe half if you're lucky.
Yeah.
So get you, and they're cheap. They're cheap now.
They are cheap.
Get you one.
I swear by my Anchor chargers, but I've had them for a couple of years now, and I'm finding they're not. I used to get like 3 or 4 charges off of one charge on my Anchor. I'm not getting that anymore, so I'm going to have to probably get new ones.
It's like the batteries in there, they start going bad.
Yeah.
Let's do one more real quick before we bring Kevin
before we bring on Mr. Kevin. Okay.
Okay. We are not staying in a Disney property. Do magic bands make sense? Help. Going to Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. 2 adults, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old. Do magic bands make sense, Tony, and they're staying off property?
For that many people, no. I don't think the amount of money it would cost you to buy, is it 4 or 5? I didn't count.
Yeah, it's 2 adults, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old.
So to buy 4 magic bands, no, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
For people staying off property. They'll give you a ticket, a hard credit card style ticket at the window if you ask for one. And you can do everything you do with your magic band with your credit card style ticket. You can do a lot of it with your phone, but there are some things you can't do with your phone.
Like
so you might as well get, you might as well get go to guest services and they'll give you a hard ticket for free, and you won't need that.
And if one person wants to grab one, that way for photo passes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they could just use one.
Yeah, if one of them gets it
on that one person. But here, I want to just talk about this really quick. I can tell them what their problem is right now.
What's
they
that?
have 2 adults, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old. That's the problem right there. The 1.5-year-old. Okay, I know this might be a little insensitive, but I say leave the 1.5-year-old at home. That takes care of one. The 5-year-old, okay, that a 5-year-old is going to be good for half a day, maybe a half a day, and it's going to start whining and crying, and I'm tired, and my feet hurt, and I can't do this anymore, until it gets, of course, to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and it just wants to cry and want candy all the time.
Right.
The 8-year-old, you could probably keep him around or him or her around, because then you could say, look, if you keep acting up, I'm going to take your Xbox away when you get home, so knock it off. And if I was this person, I'm assuming it's the mom that's put this out. Mom, get rid of the dad, the kids, and just go solo.
That would be awesome. Take your lady friends to Epcot for the day.
Yeah.
Dave, have you met our friends, the Austins? Because they have 4 kids that are like in those age ranges.
Well, that's their problem. Geez. I'm going to Hawaii. They just got back from Hawaii. There's no way.
Well, in December.
No way. I'm leaving them all at home. No.
They went to Hawaii in December. But despite our friend Kurt's most recent podcast, that trip to Hawaii was in December, and they were actually on the Disney Crush podcast right after they got back. But we're breaking. The Disney Crush podcast is breaking news. That other podcast is for the ages. It's just timeless. So
it's like one of those things you see on Facebook or something will pop up, and you might not have seen it, and everybody's like, dude, that was like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, when somebody died, and you're like, Uncle Phil died like 5, 6, 8 years ago. I don't know. Yeah. So speaking of death, I do want to say I woke up this morning to the sad news that Jimmy Buffett died. I don't think there's any Jimmy Buffett Disney correlation, but I just wanted to say that's pretty sad news.
Yeah, no, there's Margaritaville in Orlando.
Right. And the older we get, he was 76. The older we get, the younger that sounds.
I know.
Like when I was 19, I was like, oh, he was old. But now that I'm 51, that's not old. That's
He was a big influence here in Florida.
Yes, he was.
Key West and stuff. So
yeah,
it's sad news.
All right. So should we bring on this guy from across the pond, which isn't actually a pond?
I'm surprised the signal even reaches that far.
Okay,
amazing.
How are you?
Stressed.
You're okay. You're okay. I'm sorry that we use some weird format that so did you have to download Chrome?
Yeah, I've got Chrome, but I don't use my MacBook very often, and I think it was out of date, and it wanted to download.
Oh, okay.
And mess around with this, mess around with that, and change passwords and all that sort of stuff. The things I do for you, Tony Ann.
Well, you're a good brother. So, Kevin, I have 2 brothers on the podcast today. That's amazing. That aren't actually related to me, which is great. I'm a very lucky woman. I have a lot of brothers that are not related to me.
She is lucky. Yeah. Kevin and Dave. Come on.
Yeah.
There's a few ancillary brothers, but you 2 are actually my brothers. There's a few that,
we're special brothers.
Yep. Yes.
Definitely special, Dave. We fall into that category.
Absolutely. Yes, you're special. Special guys. So Kevin is coming to Florida in 3 weeks. Why are you shaking? Why are you like making the maybe the with your hand? You're not sure you're coming? Did your boss say no? I need you to come into work after all?
Well, no, she didn't say that. Bless her. Okay, I have royally messed up.
What?
I have booked Surfside,
right?
Saratoga,
right?
And I have booked Bay Lake Tower,
right?
Yeah. The only problem is I've got no hotel room on the 8th.
Okay, so I have a friend, and you have a sister named Mandy Ray Malinowski.
I only know she's on holiday, but yeah,
she doesn't care.
I phoned up yesterday, DVC for something, and they informed me. They said, "You not got a room on the 8th." I said, you what?
Oh no.
You've not got a room on the 8th of October. Do you not need a room? And I said, is that fallen off then when they amalgamated? Don't be texting her.
Stay in Dave's camper.
Right. So I said, is there anything, what's available on property? Oh, Bay Lake Tower, Grand Villa, 131 points. That's the only thing available on
So slum it at Pop Century or something.
I can't book Pop Century.
No?
No, I can't book. But I've done a search here from the UK through Disney. The only thing I can book here at the moment is Coronado Springs for £211, which I'll do. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, Coronado's nice.
No, I ain't worried about it, but like it.
That's Mandy. We got Avery. We got the voicemail. We will get you a room on the 8th.
No,
so October 8th, you need a room.
About the room. I'll just do a Glen and sleep on the Polly.
Exactly. I don't know if Deborah's into that.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Deborah can stay with us and you can stay on the beach. How's that?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
You'll be fine. We'll get you a room before you have time. So did you put something on waitlist?
Yeah, I've put both on waitlist. So I'm in a studio at Saratoga Springs, so I waitlisted that, and I'm in a 1-bedroom at Bay Lake Tower, so I waitlisted both those. The only thing is, if I go and pay for a room, I expect it's non-refundable at this stage with Disney. I'm not sure, so because the UK have different. The UK have
rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless I can work out a way of getting on this website for Florida, for America, in dollars.
Well, again, you have sisters who would book a room for you and cancel if you got a room. Because I think I get 5 days I could cancel 5 days before.
Yeah, so that's the only, that obviously chucked a spanner in the works yesterday.
You'll be okay. You'll be okay.
I'll just pack me bivvy and go down on the beach at the Polly.
I think you could probably sleep on the second floor at the Contemporary. Check your bags at Bay Lake and just go sleep on those couches. Again, Deborah might have a problem with that, but
yeah, Deborah doesn't want to.
When did our friend Kurt Stone leave? Aren't they still there?
I don't know. I'll sort
because they would take Deborah. They wouldn't take you, but they'd take Deborah.
Yeah. Deborah wouldn't go. Not without me.
Not without you. She wouldn't go without you. Aw.
I'm not even sure she'd go with me, to be honest.
So, Kevin, does she know about this mess up?
Yes. Unfortunately, she sat next to me when I found out the news. We were sat out in the sun at the back of our house, and I'm just phoning DVC because they cancelled my whole. They sent me an email telling me they'd cancelled my DVC booking.
Why? I don't understand.
Well, I had it booked in 2 segments.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it amalgamated into one. So I phoned up, said, put it into one because I had 2 studios booked at Saratoga and I don't want to have to move.
So
So I phoned up, did that. So anyway, she said it might take a few days for your email to come through. And the email just came through telling me it was cancelled through to the 8th, from the 4th to the 8th. And I thought, and I didn't get an email follow-up saying you're now here from the 27th.
Okay.
Which is what I am at the moment. So it is what it is, isn't it? Don't worry about it. And I can't book. Do you know, I went on the Virgin website and I thought, well, I'll book one through Virgin. Pop Century, I've got to buy a ticket.
Oh, I wonder if I could get a room. I could probably get a room. I'll look when we get off, Kevin. I'll let you know.
Don't worry.
We'll figure it out. We have a sister in the business.
It's not a problem. It just wound me up. The biggest problem was it wound Deborah up selflessly.
Oh, yeah. She's a little less relaxed than Crusher. She's not a crusher. Deborah is not a crusher.
If we book a Premier Inn, which we use over here, we book the 8th, that would mean you would be staying the 8th.
Right.
But you book to the 8th, so that's the day you leave when you do DVC. And I'm assuming it's the same with the hotel rooms. I'm not sure.
Yes.
But in the UK, if you book the 8th, that means you've got a room on the 8th.
Okay, so that would actually be checking out on the 9th in the way the UK did. Yeah, you guys do things weird, like your whole.
We do it properly.
Yes.
Yeah, they drive on the wrong side of the road and everything.
Their dates are weird too. Like today is September 2nd, so it's 2/9/23.
The month the the month, the day, and the year makes more sense than the day, the month, the year.
No, actually, you're right. It does make more sense the way you guys do it. It does. But yeah, I don't know why we're the only place in the world that does it the way we do it.
Yeah, it's just because you're weird, isn't it? It's just like,
we also prefer inches because 12 is so much more divisible than 10.
Now, I had this conversation with Joe. We're metric in the UK.
Right.
If I unbolt a bolt on my car, it's a metric spanner.
Mm-hmm.
But my car, when I drive it, measures in miles per hour.
Really?
Yep. And it measures in miles on the speedometer.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't measure in kilometers. All our road signs are still miles. They're not. I mean, yeah, you don't do that, do you? You don't say it's 35 miles to Disney. You say it's 40 minutes.
No, we do miles.
No, we do miles. Yeah, we do miles.
40 minutes in rush hour could be 150 yards.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I never understand. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about you. so because I wasn't sure if Dave was going to make it, I did get a few questions from my unofficial co-host Andy Hoffman, who I said, what question should we ask Kevin? So he actually does have where is it? He wants to know, what is your average length of stay when you come to the US?
Average is usually about 20 nights, 21 nights, 3 weeks.
Nice. I wish I could stay for 21 nights.
Yeah, that's a good span of time.
So
Kevin,
actually
this trip,
we're 20 days from when we fly.
And how long is this trip if you get your room on the 8th?
Well, it's 20 nights. One of them might be on Polly Beach, but it's 20 nights in Florida, 21 days.
Nice. Really nice. So I know, I just want to refresh the memory of people who don't know you, because we sometimes have new listeners. I don't know how that happens. People stumble upon us. This is our friend Kevin Curtis Allen. He lives on the Isle of Wight in the UK. He has been away since February of 2021. We haven't seen him. We last saw him. He was turning 55. That was, it was his 55th birthday. And we had a little party celebrating him and somebody else, but I don't know who she is. And so you haven't been back since February 2021. What have you been looking forward to seeing that you didn't see, that you haven't seen, that wasn't open when you were last here?
Tron and Avengers, I suppose, because neither of them were open.
Mm-hmm. Guardians, yeah.
Guardians, yeah. Sorry, Avengers, Guardians. There you go.
That's all right. They are Avengers. The Guardians are Avengers. That's okay.
Yeah, both of which Deborah won't ride.
Right, right. Now, Deborah, there's a little seat in the back of Tron that Veronica rides. So
Veronica doesn't do that stuff either, and she braved Tron.
It's very smooth.
Very surprised by it's very smooth. But yeah, if you're gonna do any of them, do Guardians. That's the one. Guardians is, to me, the top of the heap.
I'll ride with you, Kevin.
I'll ride alone. My Billy no mate, so I don't mind.
You can ride with Michael. He'll show you the way.
You know what I'm really interested in before we get into what he's going to do when he gets here is how long does it actually take from the UK to here to get here?
This is our travel day. Now listen to this. This will put Deborah in a different light for you. Deborah will start work at 4 a.m. She will come home at 8 a.m. She will get changed. We'll get our bags and we'll go outside. And I'm so tight, we're going to go on a bus. Right? We're going to catch a bus.
You're not tight at all, though.
We catch a bus to the ferry port. Then we get the fast cat across to Portsmouth. Then we're going to catch a coach because trains are really iffy in the UK now. There's so many strikes.
Okay. If
train drivers aren't on strike, the doctors are, one or the other. I think they're doing job share or something. So we've opted to use a coach. So we're going up coach then to Heathrow. So that will get us there the day before, and we're staying just on site at the airport, Heathrow.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day we're bumped. Now we were flying out at 1 o'clock. We're now bumped till 3:40 in the afternoon. So but I think that's going to be better because it's a 9-hour flight. So we won't arrive to Orlando till about about 8, 9 o'clock at night. So then by the time we've gone through passport control, got our Uber or taxi or whatever we're going to use from the airport to Surfside, we're going to be arriving there at 10 in the evening, the earliest, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
So we can just literally grab our bags, go to the room and go straight to bed. We don't have to
Right.
because usually when you come from the UK, you've done a 23, 24-hour day. You've been up all day and you're knackered, but it's only 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. If that, if you go to bed at 7 o'clock in the evening, then you're up at 3 in the morning.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that doing it this way will actually, because there's nothing good happens when you arrive. You see these vlogs where they actually get off the plane and go straight to Magic Kingdom and they check their bags, their hotel or nothing. God, I couldn't do that.
No.
I'm hoping that will actually work in our favour. And then going back, it's a little bit late. I think the flight's 6:30 in the evening, something like that. And we've actually booked Mears Connect from this end, and we got a deal for £15 each.
Wow. Oh, nice.
I suppose that probably works out about $18, which is about, isn't it? So I was well chuffed with that. So we got the Mears Connect on the way back, but obviously on the way from there, you and Mandy Ray are going to have to keep your phones in your hands because you might be getting me an Uber if I can't.
Right.
If I have 2 phones, one with my UK phone line on, which didn't work for about an hour after I landed, and one that I've got a US SIM in. Good. The US SIM will be activated this time, and I should be able to just call an Uber. I've got my Ubers all set up. I've been pricing up Ubers, and that's on that Florida podcast. I did a podcast about how to price up stuff. So that should go fairly smoothly. Fingers crossed. If it doesn't, I'll do what I did last time, which is scream to you and Mandy Ray. And Mandy Ray phoned up the people that were supposed to be picking us up. Yeah. So,
well, what happened last? Wasn't there a credit card issue? Because
this is why I'm not using a private hire company, because I couldn't find one I could prepay. And they swipe your card on one of these little bits of plastic that sticks inside their phone. Of course, your credit card company go, "Ooh, that looks a bit dodgy." Yeah. And lock your card. Right. But I've got 6 cards I'm bringing with me this time as well.
Backup upon backup.
I got 2 physical and 4 virtual cards.
And do you call your credit card company and say, "I'm leaving the country, I'm going to the US"?
Yeah, my credit card company, I won't use my actual credit card. I use I use a thing called Revolut, which is a foreign currency account.
Oh, okay. So they know you're leaving the country, because if you're using that account.
Yeah. They should have noticed when I've changed like $3,000. Yeah, they should know something's going on.
Yeah.
But they're famous for cutting you off when they see kind of suspicious activity on there.
Yeah. So I can put a note on it of what destination I'm going to. So I'll do that before we go. But at the end of the day, that's why I've got 4 virtual cards, a disposable card, and 2 physical cards. Because they only locked the 1 card. Right. But I didn't want to give him my second card and lock that as well. I've got a little bit of folded money. So if I was to get in a Mears taxi, for instance, I can pay cash without. I've got enough money in cash. Don't want to sound flash, but I've got a little bit of money in cash.
So if you want a pretzel, find Kevin at G3. He'll buy you one, because he's got a little bit of money. What's up?
I will never complain about a 2-hour drive to Disney again.
No, I know. No. I know. Deborah works and then spends 24 hours traveling to Disney.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's your story, right? Was your first trip to Disney was your honeymoon? Is that right?
Yeah.
On iDrive.
Yeah, the year before. Yeah, the year before we got married, we went to Africa. Right? Yeah. And Deborah absolutely hated it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I mean, and to be fair, she was probably a size 4 in the US. Only young. She was 23, 24. And the blokes just constantly followed her about.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't go anywhere. She had dyed blonde hair at the time, and she was harassed by the men over there quite badly. So she didn't like that. Although the actual holiday was fantastic, but it was the first time she'd flown, so we did that. Then the following year, she said, "I'm not going to sit around." It was obvious she didn't want to sit around a pool, So we were looking for something else to do, and Disney was something that I'd always wanted to do. And then we decided that's what we'd do. And I've still got those tickets, those original tickets. They might even have a day on them.
Wow.
Yeah, little tiny strips of paper they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1994, we stayed on iDrive at a Best Western, which I think is now an Eco Lodge. And it was £1,600 for 3 weeks, including flights. And we got $2 to the pound.
Wow.
And we were like kings. Deborah bought cowboy boots, jeans. I mean, we I think we went out with 2 cases and came back with 5. You know.
Wow.
She wanted to look like a real Floridian, huh?
It was just ridiculous. We used to go to Sizzlers.
I remember Sizzler.
Sizzlers, $2 for breakfast, $2 for coffee or something like that, I think it was. And we used to go to what was the other one we used to go to? There was never a buffet we used to go to on iDrive. But the actual restaurant that's in the car park is still there. It's a Friendlies. So if you go up iDrive and you see the Friendlies, that's the hotel we stayed in, because it is still there, because it was definitely still there in 2022, because we went up
I think it's still there.
Yeah, so that's our story. And then obviously after that we came back and things slowed down a little bit, because obviously we had these things called children and stuff.
Right. Yeah, children mess things up. I know.
Yeah, like I was talking about earlier. See, they get in the way, Tony.
Yeah, Dave did have a rant about going to Disney with children right before you came on. So yeah.
Yeah, I heard the back end of it, Dave.
Oh, okay.
I took a 5-year-old, right, get this, an autistic 5-year-old, and Jared would have been, so he's 5, Jared would have been 9. No stroller. We stayed off site just down by SeaWorld. Used the hotel transport in and out. So that meant you went in at 8 o'clock in the morning and you came home after fireworks. That was the only option.
Right.
So we did that with a 5-year-old, and we had a short oldie that time. We only stayed about 16 nights.
Yeah.
And that was back in 2007. But yeah, that was, and I didn't know any different.
Right.
But I see people saying they use strollers. I mean, well, I'm calling them strollers. I'd call them a pushchair. But
no, I know what you mean. My stepdaughter, when we went with her kids, the little one was 3, and he wanted no part of a stroller. He was I don't want to. He didn't want to sit in the stroller. But I know everybody's kid is different. But now I see 13-year-olds in strollers, and that's a little weird.
No, I need an adult stroller. I'll sit in a stroller. Come on, somebody push me around all day. I'll take that.
I'm with you, Dave. I'm with you.
I don't think Deborah's pushing you around, Kevin.
No, let's not go there.
No.
Yeah, so then we came back in 2009, stayed for 3 weeks on iDrive, and I made a big mistake. In 2012, we came and stayed at Port Orleans Riverside 3 weeks with free dining plan.
Nice.
The whole 3 weeks, right? The whole 3 weeks we had SeaWorld tickets, we had Universal tickets, we went to Discovery Cove. We did all that in 2012. And at the end of the holiday, I think we had 33 meals left.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't know how many snacks. We were booking in, because then at Downtown Disney, as it was, you used to check in your bags for Virgin down in Downtown Disney by Cirque du Soleil. So we did that, and we were chatting, we were waiting there, and there was, I don't know, half a dozen of us waiting. And I got chatting to them. I said, "You've had breakfast?" And they said, "No." I said, "Well, come with us after we checked in. I'll take you for breakfast, because I've still got loads of dining plan left." So we took about 6 or 8 people for breakfast.
Just strangers you met at the
so cool.
bag check.
I said, "Look, if you want breakfast, we all go." I think we went to Earl of Sandwich. And I remember just tapping my old card. They going, "There you go." The woman said, "Oh, when are you leaving?" I said, "About 33 meals left."
Oh my
That was the thing about the dining plan back then. It was a lot of food. And that's not you guys don't eat like that. I know Deborah especially doesn't eat like an American.
We were just talking about you actually today. We were out for a walk, and she started just about 6 or 8 weeks ago. She started doing this fasting, which I've done basically for years.
Right.
Because of the way I work, we only eat one meal a day, proper meal a day. And then one snack not at work.
Mhm.
I drink tea and coffee, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was 200 and in some of those photos, I was 250,
Yeah.
55
Right.
in pounds. Fat, I mean 17, 18 stone. I'm only short, so I'm only like,
You are not
Oh.
short.
well, I'm only I'm only about 5'8.5", I think now. In
Okay.
your money.
I guess because I'm so short, you don't look short to me.
Yeah, put me against Kurt Stone, I'm sure.
Anybody short standing next to Kurt.
or my son Troy like towers over me.
Yeah,
now.
he's tall, your boy. All right. So Andy Hoffman again wants to know, do you ever visit areas outside of Orlando or Disney when you travel? Now, you happen to have a podcast about this subject, about leaving Orlando, about leaving Disney, the bubble.
Yeah,
What's the name of that podcast again? I don't remember.
That Florida podcast.
Oh,
It used
yeah.
to be called Orlando, but we changed it to That Florida Podcast when I took it over. Yeah, just basically trying to cover stuff that's not Florida, not Disney related, should I say? So, Gatorland. We've done one on Busch Gardens. I'm going to try and get some live feed from Busch Gardens. I'm going into Busch on the Sunday when I arrive. I'm going over to Busch Gardens, and I'm going to meet up with some. I don't know what their names are.
Oh, yeah. I know who you mean. That couple.
Yeah. I'll meet you
Scott
up
and
with them.
Karen. Yeah. They'll show you around. They know their way around Busch Gardens, so that'll be good.
Yeah. I mean, we got a ridiculous. We had 5 days we booked at Surfside because Surfside is so cheap.
Mhm.
It's about $120 a night or something like that. So it's cheap as chips
Mhm.
for a hotel room. We get there, we're going to be knackered for the first day or so. Anyway.
Right.
So to stretch my points out, I always spend 4 or 5 days off site.
Yeah.
Last time I did exactly that, and I used the Universal ticket and went to Universal. So we're not doing Universal. We're staying at Universal.
But you're not going there.
But we bought this mad ticket from SeaWorld. It's got SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, and Aquatica. One visit to each park.
Okay.
Dining plan included. So all the
Meals
you can work, eat, have a meal every 90 minutes or some nonsense like that.
every 90 minutes.
It's some nonsense like that. So I said that for what we paid like £150 for it each show. So like I said to Deborah, we haven't done SeaWorld for years. We've not done Busch Gardens since 2009, I think.
Yeah.
I love Aquatica. Deborah's not keen, but I love Aquatica. So I said, well, for that sort of money, they give us something to do.
Yeah.
And we'll do that on those over those first 5 days, and then take an Uber from Surfside into
Disney.
Saratoga.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is there a shuttle that takes you from Orlando to Tampa for that Busch Gardens ticket?
Yeah, I booked that. The shuttle takes you from one of the international, one of the Universal hotels. I'm just trying to think which one it is. So we're gonna have to get an Uber to that. It only stops at one Universal hotel and some hotels on our drive. But like I said to Deborah, it leaves at 8:30. We'll just get an Uber about 7:30 and go and have a look around the hotel. I can't remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then on the way back, we might have a little mooch around the hotel before we get an Uber back. But having said that, on the way back, we could just get a bus to Universal, then hop on a bus back to Surfside.
That's true.
Get a City Walk and just come back that way if we really wanted to, because City Walk's somewhere we'll probably go to a little bit when we're there. So yes, I do go off site. I really do want to get it to Gatorland, but I'm not sure I'm going to have time. But I want to get it. I haven't been to Gatorland for years.
That'd be cool.
If you go there, you'll get to see Dave, the one-armed gator wrangler.
Yeah.
They're probably still doing the same spiel as they were in '94 when we went there. They were still doing it the same when the last time we went there. I think we went there in 2009. I'm not sure. We did it in 2012. We definitely did it in 2009, 2007. My boys loved it. Certainly my youngest. Yeah. All those alligators and that, swamp dogs or whatever it is you call them.
Do you have anything exciting planned for your Disney portion of your trip?
No, I'm just going to go. No,
you're just going to go? No.
I'm just going to go with the flow, I don't book anything. I've got no meals booked. I'm just going to go, and hopefully there'll be 5-minute waits on the rides. And
yeah. And there's no one that you plan to see when you're there? No, nothing special going on.
I don't think so. I might bump into one or two people.
Yeah.
Some people might be there. So actually that is Andy's next question is, now that you are a Disney icon, a Disney fandom icon, has your Disney planning changed since you are so big in the Disney podcast community? Since people walk up to you and say, "Excuse me, are you Kevin Curtis Allen? I recognized your voice."
Yeah, don't even go there. Yeah, I've had that a few times, and it's a bit embarrassing. I was sat having a meal with somebody who I would consider as more of a Disney celebrity than me.
B.
Yeah.
Baxton.
And someone come up to me and said, "Oh, are you Kevin Curtis?" And the worst thing was, but when she left, she told me on Messenger that she'd recognised Deborah. I'd have felt better if she recognised Deborah. If she said that. Yeah, but the real one was when we come off in 2019. We did a Haunted Mansion, and this young woman come running up. She said, "Are you Kevin Curtis Allen?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "I could hear you in the buggy in front of us."
Oh my God.
You couldn't even see me, right? It was probably just me and Deborah bickering over something. Tell them to smile on the photo or something like that. Aww. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so she heard us me talking to Deborah and recognised my voice.
Oh my God.
It's so distinctive, isn't it?
You are.
It is.
You're an icon. Oh, Dave, you got any more questions for our friend Kevin?
That happens to me all the time. People hear me walking around Disney, and they're like, "Oh, are you Dave?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Well, where's Tony Ann?" Oh, yeah, she's over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Could you do me a favor? Could you come take a picture of me and Tony Ann? I'm like, "Yeah, no problem."
That's not true, because Dave and I are never in the parks together.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. So, you got another questions for our friend Dave?
Let me think.
Okay.
Awkward long silence.
I wasn't prepared to have Kevin on. I was like,
You weren't prepared. We've been planning this for like 6 months.
Hey, when you come on my podcast, you're going to be better prepared than this.
I know. Right. Listen, no, I just want to know I think we talked about this already, but what you're looking forward to Guardians, you're looking forward to Tron, because these are some of the things you've never done before. But is there anything else, like any kind of food wise? I know you're not a foodie, so I had to bring up food because
his favorite podcast, that's all they talk about is food.
Right. So is there any new restaurants or anything that you're looking forward to trying that you haven't tried in the past?
Weirdly enough, Deborah wants to go to that damn crepe place in France.
See? I knew it.
Because you refused to take her to France, so she's going to have these second-rate crepes that, no.
I've heard they're not bad. I have not had one myself.
See, now if you listen to that other podcast where they talk about nothing but food, our friend was on last week and he said the crepes were not good compared to real French crepes.
Oh, okay. Well, I stand corrected.
But Deborah's never going to get to France again because she's married to Kevin, so she probably needs to eat those. Oh, Kevin is relenting on the France. He's saying maybe we'll go to.
I've got two reasons why I'd go back to France. I'd probably go to Paris if the geeks came over, and if you lot came over, then I would probably go to Paris. But I would prefer you to come over and go to London with me, because I would rip you lot around London.
I would love that.
Yeah, I'd rather go to London, I think, myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not. I'm trying to persuade Deborah to go up to London, but we've had so much planned, and I've had so much planned. I mean, I've not been here most of the summer, as she keeps on pointing out.
Yeah, you were like trekking across the world, and then you were going in your teardrop all over the place.
Yeah, we bikes have took off this year because unfortunately last year we were doing a lot of caring for Deborah's mother.
Right.
So we were every other weekend going up to Oxford, and I changed my work program, so I only work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So now I get up Thursday morning and I'm twiddling my thumbs what to do. So I've started doing a lot of bike meets and stuff like that, and going to racing. That's why it's up there. I actually did a podcast on it the other night.
Very cool. Very cool.
Do you have any down days on this trip that you're not going to any parks? You're going to take a resort day or anything like that?
Yeah, we will probably do. We haven't got one scheduled because we arrive on the 27th to Disney and then we fly out on the 12th of October. Now I've got a 14-day pass. And if your maths is good, that's more than 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So a couple of those days I'm either not going to be able to go to the park. At the moment, I've got them all booked up till I think right up to the 10th of October. I've got park reservations. But if I don't do one, then I can do the day before we fly out. I probably won't do one on the day we fly out.
Right.
But having said that, interestingly enough, I found when I was on the phone to DVC, I said to them, "Oh, could you tell me how much it is to upgrade my pass, my 14-day pass, to an annual pass?" So she put me through and they went half and half, came back and they said, "I'm sorry, you can't upgrade it." And I said, "Eh?" I said, "No, you can't upgrade it. It's too discounted. There's too much discount on it for you to upgrade it again." I mean, I'm not trying to get the DVC pass. I'm talking about the next pass up. The pass up was $1,200, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because I was going to upgrade my pass to that, and then we're going to return next year.
I would ask when you get here.
Yeah, this is what I said.
Ask when you get here.
This isn't quite what I've seen on vlogs and Facebook groups, but she said, "Yeah, ask," but I'm told that you cannot upgrade it to even the DVC pass or any other pass because it's so discounted. Because obviously it has everything, water parks, park hopping. It has whatever photo pass is called these days.
Right.
It has all of that. Because all I was going to do was just upgrade it one, and then next year we were going to come earlier in September and use it that pass
again. Right.
Buy a ticket for Deborah.
Definitely look into it once you arrive, because I think you might have better luck face to face with somebody.
So, but yeah, that was an interesting long conversation. She said, "I can't understand why I can't upgrade it." And she said, "The answer I've got is that, even if you were a direct DVC member, we still couldn't upgrade it to a DVC pass." I said, "Well, I never asked to upgrade it to a DVC pass."
No.
I said, "What options are there?" She said, "None. You just can't upgrade it because of the discount on it."
Right. Well, tell us about what you found. You bought the ticket. I know that you found that if you bought the ticket for the day before, it was actually cheaper than for the first day you're going to the park.
When you go online, if you book the ticket to start on the 25th, it was £50. So what's that? $65, $70 cheaper than to buy it on and start it on the day I arrive, which I think is, and they're during the week. They're not weekends, these dates. Right. I think it starts on a Thursday, and I booked it for the Tuesday. But obviously, if I don't use it until the Thursday, it won't start until the Thursday.
Right.
I haven't got any park reservations for those 2 days.
Right.
So the system can see I have no intention of going in.
Going on Tuesday. But so if you bought the ticket to start on Thursday, it'd be $65 more than if you buy the ticket to start on Tuesday. But you're not required to make park reservations on Tuesday and Wednesday. You could start your park reservations on Thursday and be just fine.
The only thing would then end, I suppose, on the 14th of October, not the 12th. But I'm flying out on the 12th. So
it doesn't matter.
If I have 2 days off in that period, I can still go into a park on the last day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like David says, we'll have a rest day because I may well do something else. So it just depends on what, or I may have, if I upgrade it to an annual pass, it makes no odds anyway, one way or the other, does it?
Right. Very cool.
But at the end of the day, it still is valid until the end of my holiday.
Absolutely.
So no point in me paying an extra
$65,
dollars or whatever to pay it, to do it. And an interesting thing I said to Scott, I think when I was talking to him, when does it become more viable for somebody from the US to get me to, because I could buy their ticket and allocate it to them. I could allocate the ticket to you and Dave or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
If the dollar's low enough, it isn't that low now, but if it was really low, like it was at $1.06 to the pound at one stage, then it would have made it cheaper for you to buy a 14-day pass. But
Yeah.
you Americans don't go for 14 days, so perhaps that's irrelevant.
Yeah. Yeah. But I know you guys get deals that we don't get. I've heard that you guys have difficulty booking some of those extras, that you have to like go on a VPN to book like Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and things like that, because
I've not done Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
You haven't?
We did a Pirates thing for Troy
Mm-hmm.
in 2012. We don't do it now. Pirates play where they go off on a
Right.
boat
Uh-huh.
and what have you, but Jared wouldn't do it, but we did it for Troy. And we once did a SeaWorld experience for the pair of them, but
Yeah.
Troy was really young. But Jared went, Troy wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And when they came back with Jared, they spoke was sort of saying, he knows a lot about sharks. And I said, yeah, he's well into all his nature and stuff like that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, we have books experiences. We book Discovery. We used to have a ticket in the UK that used to be, if you book Discovery Cove,
Mm-hmm.
you got a free 7-day SeaWorld pass.
Nice. Mm-hmm.
Which is what we booked back in 2012. I think it was 7 days. It was enough anyway.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
we did that. But I haven't seen any of those deals around at the moment,
Mm.
because that's quite an experience. I don't know what you've obviously neither of you done that. Have you? Discovery Cove?
No, I haven't been to Discovery Cove. Nope.
Now you see that other podcast would love that, because you can eat as much as you like.
See, yeah, that's one thing.
And if you like seafood,
Mm.
I mean, I don't know how they've got any fish left in there.
Oh, David. I have one last question from our friend Andy Hoffman. I'm not going to say it the way he said it, because he asked about loving. He asked about who do you love more, but I'm not going to put you in that spot, because I know you love me. He wants to know, are you a geek or a crusher?
Well, I don't drink alcohol, so that makes it difficult to be a crusher.
They both geeks drink. Have you met Kurt? He's got all those beer glasses.
Yeah, I've got to cut more for him here if I can bring them. Yeah, I just love the community. Full stop.
You're a geek. I know. It's okay. Whatever. You get up early, but I'm gonna give you that. You get up early. You go for walks and all that. Whatever.
Yeah, I lit the park earlier. I said to Deborah, I'm sort of almost on bended knee begging her to, because she worked, obviously the hours she worked, she was always up early.
Right.
By 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, she's running out of steam.
Yeah.
So hopefully she'll be able to get on track with the time a little bit better. Because last time it wasn't too bad, because she went back with the boys to the hotel each time.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't really want to be like, I'll feel a bit guilty if she's
alone at the room
hotel all the time and I'm staying out. So
yeah. There was that one night that you closed Disney Springs with us, so that was very crushery of you.
I'll stay. I'll burn it at both ends. I don't need a lot of sleep.
Well, we are going to have a Deirdre, your other wife, which I'm not going to explain to people why you have two wives. She rented a tree house for the Wednesday, so that's right by Saratoga. You can probably walk back to your room.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to going to that. Treehouse is going to be because I was that was one of the things I was very envious about with TDC, was that having a treehouse.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's going to be as raucous as the TDC treehouse party, but it'll be fun. It'll be great to see you. So I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be. I can't believe it's going to actually happen. I'm still like, I'm just thinking, is COVID coming back? Is it going to get cancelled?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, that's got to be nerve-wracking, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a new variant apparently. So
yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, we don't have to provide any of the COVID classifications or anything now.
Mm-hmm.
I've booked seats, so we're actually on an emergency exit seat.
Oh, good.
So there's only me and Deborah sat in that. As long as they feel that I'm manly enough to open the doors, because they wouldn't let you sit there if they don't feel you're manly enough.
I think you'll be fine.
I won't say what I tell them if they said they can't sit here, because I did pay a bit more extra for that. But yeah, it's just what it is, isn't it? once we get there and get off the plane, I can go over. And the only thing I'm looking forward to buying is there's cookies in that
Gideon's
across the road. I like those.
Which ones? I'm sorry, Dave talked over you. I didn't hear what you said.
You get some cookies in Walgreens. I'm trying to remember.
Walgreens.
What they're called. They were great. That's the only thing I enjoyed last time.
Walgreens cookies. I wonder what brand they are.
Veronica, what kind of cookies they have at Walgreens that are really good? Do you know?
I didn't say they were good. It's I liked them.
Oh,
they're not necessarily good. He just likes them.
Walgreens does make a knockoff to all the Girl Scout cookies, which are really good if you want Samoas during the year.
I don't know.
Veronica would know. She loves Walgreens.
One question I have before you leave. We know by all the pictures in the communities that you are in, all the Facebook groups that you're in, that you have a lot of Disney Crush shirts. Do you own any Geeking on Walt Disney World shirts at all?
I don't think I should say. I've got two. I've got a Crusher shirt, a Crusher hoodie, Geeking hoodie, two Geeking shirts. I think I haven't bought the new ones. I've got a Dub D Dub t-shirt. I can't remember what else I've got. Yeah, I've just got them out ready to pack in my packing cubes.
There we go.
So then the only thing that's going to be in your cubes is going to be the Crush shirts then, right?
Yeah. I'll put that grey Crush.
You won't need that hoodie here. You will not need that thing. But yeah.
I'll wear one of the hoodies. I think me and Deborah were talking. I've got a pair of, I bought walking trousers for that little walk I did.
Mm-hmm.
But it zip off. And I might wear those.
Oh, yeah.
The flight, and I might wear a hoodie on the flight because I don't know how cold it's going to be in the UK, especially in October when you come back.
When you come back.
But that's all I've got, and everything else to just be shorts, t-shirts,
right,
and a couple of pairs of sneakers. I'm thinking of bringing a pair of sneakers I found in my wardrobe from 2009 that I haven't used.
Well, try them because you don't want to get blisters on your feet.
I'm breaking them in, but yeah,
okay.
I won't subject you to me wearing sandals or anything disgusting like that.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe he just said that. How dare him?
Rachel Miller doesn't like feet. Well, she likes feet if they're well manicured.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I definitely don't fall into that category.
David.
Tony Ann.
Thank you, Kevin, for joining us. It's been too long, and we can't wait to see you in just a few weeks.
I think this is my third time on the Disney Crush.
Well, we think of you every week on the Disney Crush, believe me.
You never mention me. You never write. You don't phone. You don't text.
That's just not true. We talk about you all the time.
We talk about you all the time.
Yeah. Especially when things go bad and the technical part. We're like, man, we haven't mentioned his name in a while. We better mention his name.
Yeah, well, I had technical issues before we came on, didn't I?
Yeah, I did too.
Dave did too.
Funnily enough, it wasn't my P4 that I'm using my microphone through, which is that's what it normally is.
That's what it usually is.
Yeah, that's what I was having problems with because I unplugged everything and then I had to plug it back up and my P4 wasn't talking to my computer and it was just a mess to my microphone. So yeah.
All right, let's say goodbye to the people and then we'll figure out what our plan going forward is. Kevin, we are looking forward to seeing you. We can't wait. And I'm really excited. I'm just so excited to see Kevin, even though he's not going to even hang out with me at all. He pretty much told me.
I'm going to pretty much just try to avoid him at all costs.
Wow.
This has been fun. Thank you, Kevin. Tony Ann, anything else?
No,
that's it. Just looking forward to G3. Okay.
Can't wait to see my brother from England.
Sounds good. Well, you guys know where to follow us. Kevin, thanks again. And this is going to do it for the Disney Crush podcast. So we'll see you guys next time. See you.
Bye.
Bye.